Hello, Bumpy McSquigums here with the next installment of the free-to-play Phenoms, or F2PP if you will. This week I am covering The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot by Ubisoft. Ubisoft? Ubisoft. Ubisoft? I don't know. Regardless, here we are. This is the screen which you log into once you have defeated the tutorial quests. And you get to see the battle log. Once you are level 5 or higher with your castle, you can have people come raid it and slaughter it and destroy your soul. And then you can even watch what they've done to destroy your soul. So, that's that. It looks like we are maxed out on both our life force crystals and our gold. And I'm just going to kind of go, I guess, through the rundown of the UI, I guess. We'll start with that before we go into any actual gameplay. So home actually brings you back to this screen. At any point, it shows you your gold and your crystals, and shows you there is a shop. You can spend your hard-earned real money to buy blings, which allows you to unlock all sorts of goodies within the game. There's packs involved and all sorts of stuff. This character is only available if you purchase it, and you can get a head view, a quick look, a first access, early access, whatever you want to call it, to Flamio Theme, the Defender pack, and the Flamio boss. And there's several other packs and random things, and shows you your best values for the most bang for your buck. Go with this one or that one. But this is a free-to-play game. You do not have to do those things. And one of the things I really like about this free-to-play model that a lot of the other ones do not have is that the premium money, well, it is actually available through gaining, or you're able to gain it. It's available through questing as rewards for quests. So that is pretty darn cool. So as you see, I have 210. You have friends, and as you see, I'm very unpopular. I have notifications. You have just entered the league's competition, but are not yet ranked. And then leaderboards, where you can check out how you're doing, how your friends are doing, your country, the worldwide. You can see everything and anything related to leaderboard type statuses. I'm apparently there in the league. I have done a few random things, so alright, then you have attack and defend, and we'll go to those in a second. We'll skip that because that is where the bulk of the game is actually played, under the attack or the defend little tabs there. So you have all the characters at the top of the screen that are available to play right now, plus crowns that you've gained for attacking other players' castles. I have absolutely no idea what the crowns are used for. I haven't got to that point yet, but they are there. Now I have a level 9 wizard mage type guy. He's the Earl of Evilocity. He is pretty cool. I like him. He's all decked out in purple, and he's got like a maroon cap going on, and his living beard. Yes, his beard is alive and has a will of its own. And my epic spider staff. To get these other characters, you could choose any one of the 3, excluding her, at the very beginning of the game. So you could have chose Hawkeye, or whatever his name is, who pew 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 with a bow, and he's amazing. Yes, whatever. You could have chose the Knight, who slaughters everything with headbutting and melee and spitting and grunting and bare-chested awesomeness. Or you can go with the more subtle, intelligent choice. I am a SOI member. It's my Dota 2 team that doesn't really exist, but if it did, I am the leader and captain of it. And that would be the Sons of Intellect. So definitely have to go with the intelligent choice here. And we went with a mage. So, you can actually purchase the additional slots for going back and buying real money, and, well, spending real money to buy more of the blings, or you can just stockpile them as you quest, and you'll be able to unlock these too. So, pretty cool. You'll be able to get that later on. And we'll go into the attack and defend. Okay, so this is the attack. So you have the region map. You start off here when you're going through the tutorial levels, and you'll see all these different places you can actually go to, and you can actually attack them. The gameplay is very much like a Diablo type game, but you have both attack and defend. When you go into defend mode, you are the dungeon master. You build your castle and put the creatures and horrible nasties in there to defend you. So that is a pretty cool feature. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. If you ever played, what was that game called? Dungeons, where you were pretty much the dungeon master and trying to keep the good heroes from taking your hoard of money and cash and treasure. Well, you get to do both. You get to raid others, and you get to keep your own safe. Now, roughly the storyline, because I played the tutorial a very long time ago and I actually forgot probably about half of the storyline, but essentially people got really rich, and the people who got really rich came over here and they bought these floating castles. And the floating castle continent, which is not really a continent because it's not one massive land, I realize, but whatever. The floating island conglomeration is known as Opulencia, which is essentially a giant show of wealth. So, let's take a look at the region map again, and we'll go back over here to the heated gardens. So, we're in the heated gardens, and there will be places like this, something wicked. This is a, what is it, Ubisoft designed map. So we're going to hop into that. It's level 7, I believe I'm level 8. And we will go through, and you will get to see, as he talks, you'll get to see how the guy moves around. If you hold your mouse button, he follows the cursor. You can click to move him to different places. You have these skills, 1, 2, and 3. You get to choose what those skills are. And the fourth one here is what your actual right click is. So, oh, I got my right click stuck there for a minute. That was kind of disturbing. So we'll head in. If you left click on an enemy, you attack it with your little fireball, or whatever your character does. And that's simple enough. That's simple left clicking. Right clicking does my AoE health drain. And then, let's see, we'll drop a boulder fire thingy on him. I actually missed there. We have this ability to put a fiery pit of death, I guess you could call it, on the ground, which is awesome. And I gotta say, I really, really like the musical scores and the music of this game. They've done a fantastic job with it. And this is a new skill that I haven't used yet, so let's see what this does. Oh, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So, what that essentially does is it pulls everything in the area into the vortex, and bad juju magumbo happens after that point. So we're going to try to round up quite a few bad guys here. That's going to be the goal anyway. Come! Fight me! There we go. Very, very effective. So I figured throwing the fire on the ground and using my vortex thing would probably work pretty darn good. And well, as you just saw there, it actually did work very well. So essentially, it's very, very much like Diablo. Oops. There are traps, and you have to be careful of them, as they will own you and do quite a bit of damage. And you want to avoid having quite a bit of damage done to you at all points of the game. So you go through, you kill off the creatures, you kill off the monsters, and I will showcase both the attacking and the defending. And I think after this we will go and we'll go into our castle. Alright, so there we go. Damage is done, and that guy can resurrect these things. But we've dropped him down, we have taken him out, and it's no big deal to us. I like to explore every little itty-bitty spot in the dungeons, so you will excuse me if I wander around and do horrible, horrible exploratory things. But that's essentially the end of the dungeon, so that was relatively easy for us. We break through the door at the end. Nothing can stop the power of, let's see, magic. Alright, so there we go. And then you get to always rate what you played from before. And when you rate it, you get a reward. That was a decent one. We'll give it a 3-star rating, or a 3 thumbs up rating. So essentially that's how it's played. I'll do one more attack before we go into the defense stuff. And I've already explained all the stuff up here, so I feel pretty good about that. These things were actually all about the defend. So we will wait to explain those. We're going to go into Steelway over here. He's a 7. And I want to attack him. And if I win, I get 11 crowns. If I lose, I get minus 29. There's a 50% win ratio. I am ready. I am eager. I am going to jump in here, and I'm going to wreck face. That's just what I do. Alright, the time to beat is... The time to beat in this particular one is 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Shouldn't be too difficult. I I will admit this is a little bit nasty, but not overwhelmingly so. I don't feel that we're getting absolutely pummeled. Slow down a little bit. Beaten down, and this guy took an even more bottlenecked approach than I did, so I think that's kind of funny. Because I did kind of the same principle, but I did a little further down in my castle. So, yeah, this is not really all that impressive. I think I've gotten through the biggest threat or issues of this castle, so we'll move past the little flame thingies. Oh, there is still something else. Okay. Alright, well, we will do as much damage as we can, which should be pretty significant. He just got totally hurled. You gotta love the little funny sayings the guy has. I'm just gonna completely nuke him down with auto attacks right now. Simply because we can. And if I have to, I will utilize my healing potion. But I don't have to. Why? Because I'm a Bumpy McSquigums. I have the fuchsia hat and the purple robes, maybe the pink cape, I don't know. It's not the most manly of stuff, I realize, but it is what it is. It's what I have, and it's what I'm using, and I will accept that. And I still have plenty of time to defeat his defenses. And I have done so, and I get to loot all his fat loots, and into the place I go. There we go. That foolish door technology cannot contain my fury. So there you go. You got to see two different things. You got to see the Ubisoft's wonderful dungeon there, and then you get to see a player dungeon. And you once again get to raid. I'll give him a 3-star deal. You can leave a comment if you really liked what he did or you really hated it or whatever. Just kind of let you know. You can have some interaction with the other players of the game. So, pretty cool stuff. Now, if you do not like any of your choices of castles laying around here, and you're just sad and you're like, well, first off, you should probably go to some speech therapy classes, which, of course, I got tongue-tied saying that, so whatever. But, yeah, you can go and click the More Castles button, spend 100 of your gold, and get a new cycling of castles. But we don't need to do that. We are going... Oh, and the profile. I suppose I didn't cover the profile. This is for those people who are completionists, that want to get every achievement unlocked known to man, and get points and be like, yeah, look at that, I unlocked 36 achievements, I'm 100%, I have an achievement score of 2,000. I don't know. And you can actually check out your stats. Crowns, achievement score, looting wins, blah, 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 blah. So, that's kind of your profile. I don't know... Can you change your picture in your profile? You can. Alright, well, I think we're going to have to do that. I think we are going to be... Oh, well, we'll be the mage. Why not? The Earl of Evilocity. It seems appropriate. Alright, so we're going to go to the Defend. Alright, so this is my castle. It's a little starting castle. It's a little fixer-upper, if you will. And I decided to do essentially what that other guy did, but he did it right in the doorway. I chose to do mine a little further in. And here you have it. Here are my bad guys defending my territory. Got the little wormy tentacles in the barrel, the eyeballs. I'm not even sure what that thing is. I have absolutely no idea what that is. Oh, that must be where I killed that guy. Very cool. Alright, so apparently that is left behind. Very neat. Alright, all sorts of bad guys. My big boss there. Yeah, so that's that. And then you get to come and collect gold and life force. But right now we are maxed out, so we need to actually spend some of this stuff. Well, what do we spend it on, you may wonder? I may wonder the same thing, but I don't, because I actually know. We need to upgrade our summoning portal, and we can't do that, because I don't know why, but we can't. Why can't we? We need a summoning portal of rank 5, and we have a summoning portal of rank 4, and we need a castle heart of rank 8, so yes, there's a little bit of moving around here, so we're going to upgrade this maybe twice? No? Well, there we go. Looks like if we have 5 friends attack our castle, we will get 50 blings, and we will be set. I need 1,200. I can probably pull that. Bam, 1200. So there we go. We won't be able to place anything at this point. But we are now Castle Heart rank 8, which then means we can upgrade our summoning portal. Reach a defense rating of 115. I've already done that, so apparently I'm not sure what's going on, but okay. So we will collect the monies there, and we will go over here, and unfortunately I think we don't have enough to upgrade the research lab. So we'll kind of go over what each building does. I just figured I'd do a little maintenance while I'm here with you guys. And there we go, we get a little bit of stuffs. And unfortunately, like I said, there's not much I can really place. Alright, so what do these icons do? Well, if we come over here, these spots are places for your buildings, which are what essentially these things are. So, you have the potion brewery, which is this right here, and, as I'm sure you could guess, it allows you to brew potions. Health potions, all sorts of stuff as you go through. Essentially, I think it's all, yeah, it's all health potions. And then for your hard-earned blings, you can always buy XP boost, gold boost, all the other boosts you could ever want and or need. So, that's what you do in there. Then you have the blacksmith, so we'll go to the blacksmith. And here you can buy weapons appropriate to your level. Unfortunately, my blacksmith is not upgraded high enough to give me weapons of my level. So we'll go back to the 1 through 5 category, and there you see what's available. Alright, and then we'll take a look at Cornelius's Emporium. And here you get to essentially buy all things cosmetic. You have the frosty theme for your terrifying castle, or the spooky keep if you prefer. There's costumes with a Black Eyes Buccaneer hat and the Earl's Jester hat, which is awesome, I might add. So, those are cosmetic stuff in the Emporium. Nothing too overwhelmingly important there. We'll skip the summoning portal for right now. The research lab was the one I was trying to upgrade because you start off with only a few creatures unlocked, and as you level up your castle heart, you get more and more creatures unlocked. However, they're generally pretty weak, so what you do with the research lab is you upgrade them, and they get upgraded pretty substantially. So I believe the first derp, as he is called, probably had like 18 health. The second one had 40 something, or maybe 60 something. The third level has 140 health, so it goes up significantly. And the same thing with traps. As you see there, I could upgrade the rotating cannon, but, well, I don't have the money for it, or the crystals, as it were. Alright, and then the final thing is the architect's office. And here you can add additional gold mines and life force mines, which you can come back to and loot. You see I've gained an additional 7 of each. And you can also add rooms. You can add rooms to your castle, and you know what? I think I just might do that. I don't know how the room adding works, so this could be bad. I think I'd like to... I don't know if I can move... I would think I'd rather have the room move right here. I know I can't put things on top, but I'd almost say I'd like to move... Oh, I can. Okay, cool. I can separate stuff. Very nice. Alright, well, they're good. Oops. Oh dear, what have I done? Alright. So we're just going to kind of get this out of the way. We're going to add this in here if we can. There we go. So that is actually pretty darn sweet. Oh no, what have I done? I'm doing all sorts of horrible things. I apologize. Alright, let's see. What did I move? I think I moved this thing. There we go. Alright, well, I wasn't intending to move that. So, can I move this over here? Oh, it looks like I can. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, but I think what I actually want to do is stop picking that up. Put that down. And boom. It is all connected again. It is more powerful now. So it's very cool stuff. But, you know what I think I'd like to do? I think what we should do here, and I'll tell you my reasoning behind this, and I apologize. We're going to add this room off to the side for absolutely no purpose other than moving these two things. Oops. If we're able to move this in here, and this in here, maybe it'll be hidden and nobody will find them. And that will mean that they cannot destroy them and or loot them, and we will get a bonus stuffs for that. So, now that we've done some modifications of our thing, we're going to go to that portal, summoning portal that I hadn't mentioned, that I skipped over, that I decided not to share with y'all, and we will see what is available here. So, here we are, and, well, basically, this is where you add creatures. So I have this weird voodoo witch doctor guy who just seems like a crazy voodoo witch doctor type guy anyway. In general, that's kind of what he does. We will add him there, and we will select him, and he is going to resurrect dead creatures because that's what he does, and our smaller little voodoo witch doctor guys are going to be healers. So we're going to turn them into healers. He's going to resurrect guys. And we have a little bit of money left, so I think what I'd like to add, I don't have enough to add him, which makes me slightly sad, but it's not too bad. Maybe I will add another one of these guys into the mix. I think maybe that would be okay, and if I select him, which I believe I have, I can set the aggro circle. So he aggroes at a different spot. Very cool. And I don't know, we'll place one or two more nasty guys. Some smelly archers. I like it. Smelly archers to be placed to slay our enemies. Oh, and they have different skills as well. Okay, very neat. Very neat. I wanted to place more than one though. Oh, I didn't have the money to place more than one. Well, I suppose we can throw down a couple more derps. And that's about it. We have no money left at all, and that's going to do it for our castle. So you have all those, and I don't want to skip it, but there's also traps available that you can throw down. Ballistic cannon shoots stuff. You have the hamster wheel that goes back and forth across. It's like a saw blade type thing. Rotating cannon, and you need trap generators for all of those things. So, there you see how to defend yourself, and we will have one more little snafu. We can't quite leave yet, because if we leave, all the hard work we did will still be here, but it will not be published. So, we must go and defeat our own castle, and that's how we set the time to beat. So, let's go see what we can make happen. We are ready. We are eager. We want retribution. I don't know. Not really retribution, but we want pain and suffering. We want the enemies of our enemies. I don't know. We want to be victorious, and we want to make sure that other people don't beat us quite so quickly. Now, I found that my strategy apparently won at least one battle, and I've upped it quite significantly since, so standing on fire, probably not the best idea. Oh, I've apparently upset the bad guy. Alright. So the boss is going to come out, and we're going to upset him. And then we're going to throw down our fire and pull everybody into it. And then we're just going to launch fireball after fireball after fireball after fireball on him. And hopefully we can drop him. No promises though. Alright, so down he goes. And boom. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so my castle apparently is pretty legit. Alright, take him down. We did. So that one didn't go so bad. Alright. Oh, we got ourselves stunned there. And we shall hopefully slay all the bad guys. We're not quite there yet. looks like we have at least one other nasty guy in here. So yes, this has definitely increased the power of my... Oh my, I am in a bad place here. I've got myself surrounded. Quite badly, in fact. But there we go, we have defeated the guy that spawned all the bad guys. I gotta say, my castle's well more effective than it was at the original onset of this episode, so I definitely like my additions, and it looks like we killed all 47 out of the 47, and we just have to make our way to the end. So we added about, what, 40 seconds onto the level, 43, 44 seconds. That's okay. So there we go. And now that is published, and it is as nasty as it is. Well, I don't know if it's really challenging, but that was pretty gross. Those big resurrector guys, a big deal. I think I will like to add some more traps into the mix as well, because the synergy between being forced to fight in this area, and all my guys coming at you seems to work pretty well. But again, I only have maybe 3 or 4 hours, maybe a little bit more than that, into this game, so I might not be the wisest of castle defense builder guys. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, and you can check out your objectives. So these are all buttons I suppose I can go over as well. It shows you all the quests and your rewards, what you'll get when you complete the rewards, like Frenemy 2. Have 3 friends attack your castle, you'll get 50 blings and 500 of the life force crystals. Shopping spree, purchase a level 5 or higher piece of equipment from the blacksmith. You get cash monies. So there's an easy way of figuring out what you need to do to make some monies. You have the selection tool, you can select anything, you can move stuff, you saw me use that. You can rotate an item, which is not overwhelmingly important, but we'll take a look at this guy right here. You can rotate him to face different directions. Again, not that important. Castle's not validated now that I made a change. You can click on him to see the info, you see how much health he has, magic resistance, physical resistance, and then you can send an item back to your inventory if you really want to. And I actually think I actually have a castle inventory. Yeah, I can throw a snotter down apparently. He is just chilling in my inventory, so I can place him, and there I go. So you have traps, rooms, creatures, all these things available in your inventory. Then you have your skills, which is really more for your character. It doesn't really work here. And then again, objectives, and of course your starting screen. So we've come full circle, and I guess I can now go into what I like and what I don't like about the game. So let's talk a little bit about the things that I like. So, music. I think the music in this game is absolutely fantastic. They did an excellent job. They captured the true essence of like an epic, I don't know, quest, castle battle thing. I think they did an excellent job with the music. The graphics are pleasing. They're very nice. They're well done for a free-to-play game. But I suppose we saw that with Warframe also being rather well done, and the graphics being really, really fantastic. The graphics fit the theme that they're going for, and they've done an excellent job. The artist did a really, really good job, and I'm very happy with the graphics. Now the storyline, though it's more than a little cheesy, I think it's quite fun, it's quite fantastic, and they did a great job with that as well. Along with the voice acting, the guy they chose to be the kind of thorn in your side, so to speak, the guy who brings you here, he's a very snobbish type character, and well, when you play the tutorial you get used to him, and it's kind of funny. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. So let's see, what else is there? The gameplay is really simplistic, and I like that in the fact that it will bring more players into it. It's, like I said, not overly complicated. There's very few skills, and well, you kind of pick and choose what you want. I'll come back to that one a little later on. It's easy to learn, it kind of goes with the simplistic gameplay. But again, people can pick it up right away and just start playing it and enjoy it. I mean, it doesn't take much to figure out left click, right click, a couple buttons, and do damage and kill stuff. Very easy to learn, and that is definitely one of its strengths. It's more than just a regular hack and slash as well. You actually get to do both sides of the coin. You get to go around, do the hack and slash. Spellcasting, kill monsters, get fat loots, become rich, be amazing, and you get to build up your own castle, your own creatures in the castle, and, well, try to slay other heroes that come to take your fat loots, to take your treasure, if you will. So, I like that very much. You don't just have the one-sided thing that you do in most games that are like this. You can enjoy playing the game for free, and you don't have to force yourself into buying stuff. You can, if you're really into the game, you like it a lot, you can purchase stuff to make your game easier, your experience better, unlock additional characters, get early access to stuff. They did a pretty good job giving you a little bit of a variety of what you can do with money, with your real hard-earned money, so I like that a lot. But again, you do not have to. I think you can play this game all the way through, beginning to, well, I'm not sure there's ever an end, because there'll always be heroes or other players to raid, if you will. One of the things I like about their free-to-play model, and something that they do that most of the games don't, is that for quest rewards, you actually get their in-game premium currency, which allows you to unlock the cosmetics and other stuff that, well, normally you would have to pay the money for. I don't think you're going to get a tremendously huge amount, but I think if you keep doing quests and you work toward it, you can pretty much unlock almost everything in the game. I'm not entirely sure, as I have not played 30 or 40 hours myself of the game. I don't honestly know. I do like the fact that you can have as little or as much interaction with others as you want, because anytime you raid their castle, whether you win, lose, or die, you can actually leave comments saying, "Yeah, great job at that castle," or you're stupid, I don't know what that castle's all about, it's dumb, anybody can beat it," or "you're cheap, cheated, blah blah," you know, whatever you want to do. You can have the interaction with other people, as well as the leaderboards. It lets you have a competitive nature to this game that really doesn't have a lot of head-to-head multiplayer. Maybe there is. I haven't experienced everything the game has to offer. But one thing I know is that they encourage you to bring friends to raid your castle and do crazy stuff like that, so it does definitely want you to do some multiplayer type stuff. The last two things on my likes list are, well, time. You don't have to spend a ton of time playing the game. Each map or each castle that you actually go through in a battle and try to defeat usually takes somewhere between 2 and 10 minutes to do. Some of the boss battles from Ubisoft are a little bit longer, like the one that you see me playing through right now, but for the most part it's going to take you somewhere between 2 and 10 minutes. So you can hop in on your lunch hour and boom, you can spend 20-30 minutes and you actually accomplish quite a bit. Or you can spend hours and hours playing and just enjoy it that way. So, you can put as much time as you want into the game, spend as much as you want, and get whatever you want out of the game. If you only want to spend 5 minutes, spend 5 minutes. If you want to spend 5 hours, you have that option. Actually, I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a liar, but I have lied to you. There are still 2 more points. I said there were 2 before. There are actually 2 more now. And the final 2 points are, in regards to the money situation where they want you to spend extra money, one of the things that you can spend extra money on is the fact that you can get early access to some of the dungeons they're releasing, the bosses that you're releasing, and I rather like that. If you're really into the game and you can't wait for the next little bit, spend some money. It lets them actually make some money off of the players, and the players get the extra content early. So I think that is an excellent choice for one of their free-to-play model options. Early access. I think they did an excellent job implementing that into the game, and I think it was a good move. Now, the final point, the real final point, is that the game, like most free-to-play games, have a level of fun. This game is quite fun. I've enjoyed all my time playing it. I think it's pretty well done. It's unique, and like I said, it is fun. So, if you want to have some fun, check it out. And, well, before you check it out, maybe you want to hear my dislikes. Sadly, well, maybe it's not sadly, maybe it's a good thing. But they're not all that, prominent. There's not that much I don't like about this game, to be 100% honest. So, let's go into the things that I don't particularly like. Now, I know I listed the game being simplistic as a good thing and something that I liked, but I feel the game might be slightly oversimplistic at this point. There hasn't been a lot of huge challenges, and even the challenges that are there just seem to be underpowered problems as opposed to skill level problems, so it might be slightly oversimplistic for some more hardcore gamers. So that would be one of the things that I dislike. Another thing I don't particularly like is I don't mind that they charge extra for characters, like the Runaway for instance, but I feel $14.99 or $15 is a little bit much just for an additional character to play the game through with. I realize they only have one additional character right now, and it's kind of like a bonus and everything else, So it might still be fine, but say they release 5, 10, 15 characters, and you're paying $15 each per character, that might get away from you pretty quickly, and that would be very costly. So I feel maybe $10 might be a better choice, or even 5 would be reasonable, 10 being high. I think 15's probably a bit much, but if you're really into the game and you want to check out that new character, well, I suppose you're willing to pay whatever amount of money that they are going to give you to pay. So, again, it's my own personal preference, and, well, what I would recommend, they should probably lower that cost a little bit. However, the good news with that is you tend to get extra blings with it, so they do at least package it with bonus stuffs. And the final thing that I don't like, which is probably something that fixes itself later on down the road, and that's the fact that I only have the 2,000 money and 2,000 crystal cap. I'm not particularly thrilled with having such a limited money cap, as it were, and I imagine you can unlock it somehow, or as you level up, it's something that's a reward for you, or perhaps you pay, I don't know, some of the blings and you're able to unlock it. But pretty much that's it. Those are the only things that I don't particularly like. So I think Ubisoft did an excellent job, and well, that's gonna kind of do it for the review this week. So the game I covered for the free-to-play Phenom, or F2PP if you will, was the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot by Ubisoft, and well, as I said, I think they did an excellent job, and I highly recommend it to anyone who was even slightly curious about this game to check it out and see for themselves. Until next week, guys, my name's Bumpy McSquigums, and I will see you later.